Might I encourage you to learn more about it? You can go to our website, hsn.com, or you can call our toll-free 800 number at 1-800-695-1418. If you apply for the card, you'll enjoy $20 off any single item purchase of $20 or more with card at time of approval. So definitely continue to call. I hate that our little election thing is over.
Yeah, me too.
Fun.
I mean, we got actually a couple thousand of them have sold at this point.
Maybe we'll do this election night. That might be some
might be
fun
cool,
programming, huh?
Oh my goodness, that would be crazy.
That would be cool, right?
That might be really fun.
We'll think about that. All right, we're going to move on because we do have a
Well, these have already started
lineup.
selling pretty aggressively as well, you can imagine. This is the brand new coin and currency set put out by the United States government. They've been doing this for a couple of years now, and a coin and currency set that you see right here is they take a United States dollar coin. They've done the Sacagawea golden dollar here for the last several years that they've done this. And then they match that with a United States Federal Reserve note. As you can see, a 2000 and a very, very, very low numbered Federal Reserve note. As you can see, look at this. The number's down below 15,000 in terms of the Federal Reserve note. So very, very, very low numbers, which are very collectible and desirable. But here's the key. And this is what makes this so desirable and interesting. First of all, I have a limited edition of only 729. The United States government made so few of these. They limit these coin and currency sets pretty dramatically. And so what you've got, and for the longest time it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a regular Sacagawea golden dollar and a dollar coin, and it was what it was. But then, starting 3 years ago, this is the third year, 2 years ago, I guess, technically, what they did is they put in a dollar coin that only comes out of this set. And that's what we've got here. This is the Code Talkers, the 2016. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie about the Code Talkers, the Navajo Code Talkers from World War II. It was amazing. One of the biggest things during World War II, of course, was to keep all your stuff secret. And of course, you know, the Nazis had the Enigma machine trying to break the code of the United States and Great Britain. The United States came up with a unique and interesting plan. The Navajo language is unique in the world. It was developed by the Navajo people separately from any other language. It has no other root. And the only people that speak it are Navajos. And so what they did is they just put two Navajos on the end, and they just talked to each other, and nobody could break the code because nobody other than a very few old Navajo Indians from the reservation in Arizona spoke Navajo. And so because of that, they were called the Code Talkers during World War II. And they were recently honored and given medals for their incredible dedication and what they did towards the war effort. So you've got this, which is a very popular coin. But then what they did is when they made this special set, they made it in enhanced uncirculated. These are selling very, very quickly, folks. And the enhanced uncirculated is only, so they made a fair number of these coins. But in enhanced uncirculated, they only made 50,000 total coins. And of those, which makes it one of the rarest modern American issue coin, period. And of those, there are 729 in EU70. Now, I challenge you to go out there anytime, any place, anywhere in today's market and find an EU70 for $169.95. These coins I wanted to show you, we graded some of them. I have 868 of the 69s. Okay, and we can, you know, if you want to spend there a little bit less money. Of course, well, the 70s are still available. Probably nobody will buy the 69s. But if you don't want to get left out, the 69's far easier to get. So the 70's phenomenally rare. We are going to send you the original government packaging that this comes. So you will get the dollar bill, the incredibly low numbered reserve dollar. And there's the whole story of the Native American Code Talkers in World Wars I and II. They did it in World War I as well. It's just absolutely an incredible story. They did a movie recently about it as well. And then, of course, you're still going to get the Red Oak presentation box with this. So you're going to get the Red Oak presentation box. Now, here's the issue. The EU70 ANACS first day of issue is 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. So you cannot buy. So this is a guaranteed lowest price. Now, what I want to do is I want to talk to you about this in terms of value. When you look at abject rarity, the fact that they only did 50,000 of these coins, okay, 50,000 of these coins total. That makes it one of the rarest modern issue American coins, period. One of the rarest. If you take, for instance, another enhanced uncirculated coin, let's take reverse proof, same thing, special finish coin, which is an RP coin, and take the 2011 United States Silver Eagle, and while it does have, you know, 25 bucks worth of silver in it, in RP 70, they made 100,000 of that coin. We sell that coin here for about $1,200. We have the other RP American Silver Eagles that they made 250,000 of. There's 4 times as many of those than this coin right here. And in that coin, we're going to sell those in RP 70 for $299, maybe $249 on special. I have got a coin that is substantively rarer than all of those coins put together. Okay, all of the reverse proof coins, you know, you just can't get ready like this, and I've got it for $169.95, absolutely brand new. Obviously, every single phone line is just going crazy right now.
Without a doubt, and the FlexPay is very generous tonight. I mean, we've offered FlexPay on virtually almost everything that we've seen tonight, so enjoy it. You can see that it's available for you for under $43. And by the way, every one of you can take advantage of FlexPay. We accept every major credit card, debit card, PayPal account, so it's really easy to shop with us. With all of your purchases at HSN, we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if there is something that you'd like to get at home, you want to explore it a little bit further, you always have a 30-day out. But this is very special, brand new tonight. I know that Mike mentioned the 69. We are providing you with that item number at the bottom of your television
I didn't see that.
screen.
Good, yeah. And how much is that? I didn't even see how much.
That's $79.95, but it's on FlexPay for $39.98.
Yeah, and so if you just want the EU, okay, that's a way to do it. But the 70, look, in coin collecting, as in any
the 70
collecting,
is obviously more popular.
The single most important determining factor of value is what?
Yep.
Condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. Now, we are debuting this right here, right now. With everybody on the phone, we are over a third sold out.
Yeah.
We are over a third sold out with
Nice.
everybody. Now, we did the 2015s sold out. Now, the 2014s that first came out, and they made a few more of the 2015s than they did the 16s, and we sold those out. The 2014s, we originally sold, I think, about this price and actually got as much as $299 on those.
Wow.
Because of the incredible and abject rarity of those. And that is what this is. Rarity is absolutely king to this. And the reason is very, very, very simple. Folks, this is not a regular silver, a regular Sacagawea. And if you look at this, you can see it is a special finish that only comes in this set. If you look at some of the rarest of all the United States modern issue coins, this falls well within the low end of that. In terms of special edition coins, there's virtually nothing that matches this, and there is nothing that matches this for pure value at $169.95. Remember, 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. Look, I could have gone $199 or $249 or $279 or $299 like I did the 2014s. This is our original issue price. Great opportunity. And we bought, I think, about 5% of the entire mintage of these and ended up with 700, basically 700 coins.
All right, if you'd like in, this has been the most popular choice outside of the Hillary Clinton and the Donald Trump coin,
yeah.
okay? So if you'd want to get this at home, take advantage of the FlexPay.